Okay, moving on. This is now going to be a little talk about the use analysis. Okay, a lot of times the analysis is the same thing with some of the other reports. Is I got to do the analysis because I got to send a note so that JK can see that I did it. Right? That's not why you want to do the analysis, guys. The analysis is really for the person that's doing it to really analyze their entire used car department. It's not just about checking pictures and it's not just about checking price. It's the entire department. Spend time on it. Right? Connor, let's use you for example. So how often do you do the analysis and how long do you spend on it?
It takes me about 2 hours.
Okay.
And I do it once a week, other than the odd time, so it doesn't get done in a week. But once a
Okay.
week.
What about you, Scotty? I think Stevie does it. How much time does he spend on it?
Probably an hour, hour and a half, and spend once a week without fail.
Okay. So when I did the analysis, guys, I did it every second week, and it would take me somewhere in the ballpark of 8 hours. And I still think that it wasn't long enough. So if you want to have a gross profit of $1 million in the used car department, and you're only spending 2 hours every 2 weeks, that doesn't really add up to me. Right? It's the same thing for you, Mirzy, right? I should have asked you, but if you're only spending 2 hours every 2 weeks and you want your used car department to be making $1 million, that doesn't add up to me. If you spend more time, maybe it's really a $1.5 million operation. Right? I spent 8 hours, guys. I would get there at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I would be doing it probably, I was stressing at 5:30 because I still fucking wasn't finished. Right? So sometimes I'd be faster, sometimes I'd be longer, but I really spent time on it. Spent a lot of time on it. It was long. It was tiring. But every time I did it, what would happen every time I did it?
Have our leads would go up.
Boom, skyrocket eye leads, skyrocket volume. Everything would change in a matter of 3 or 4 days. Why aren't we selling any used cars? I would do an analysis, boom, everything would change. It'd be an immediate spike, right? So we use analysis, okay? Are you spending time on the website? That was always part of my analysis. I'm going on the website, I'm checking the website, does it work? If I was a customer and I went online, and I used the mobile app, and I used the computer app, what kind of customer was I? Was not an old customer, was I a young customer? I'm going on the website, I'm checking it. I'm making sure our website works. I'm making sure that the lead generators, they work. I'm making sure that it's easy for the customer to fill one out, right? I would always think in my head, if I was an older customer, like 50 or 60 or 70, and they were on our website, could they use our website? Could they fill out a lead? Could they figure it out? Right? An older person. So I'm checking our website. I'm making sure that, right, what I want the customer to see is what they're seeing. Right? So, right, is the website easy to use? Make sure you're going on the mobile, guys. We always check it on the desktop. Nobody uses our desktop as customers. We use it. Customers don't use our desktop. They use our mobile. So I'm on my phone. I'm going through our mobile app, making sure that the little buttons on the phone work. Right? I can go to our used cars. I can search in the search bar. It actually pops up. I have our clearance pieces at the top. My clearance pieces look good, right? Then they go into my vehicle display page. My pictures look good. My stores look good. Okay? Right? So I said, hey, could your parent or your grandparent use it? That's how you have to think about our website. Is it easy to use? Okay? Vehicle display page, right? I think all you guys know what that is, right? That's it's not the inventory page, it's when you actually push into a vehicle and you're only on the page that is the vehicle. Okay? So do all the lead buttons work? Are they laid out the way that you would think is best for the customer to submit a lead? Are they laid out good? Right? Are the pics good? Right? I know right now that details behind it, all the stores, and it's tough for pics, but guys, there's some pics on the websites that are laughable. Snow all over them, exhaust coming out of the back that you can't even see what color the car is, right? Windshields that are cracked or broken, right? We don't need we don't need to wait until it's fully detailed, but don't put shitty pics on the website, right? But always make sure there's at least one pic because a vehicle will not go on Auto Trader unless it has a picture, okay? Same thing with the stories, right? I broke it down. I made it really simple for Walter because he's not. A lot of people that are doing the stories, they're not going to be as good as you guys. If you guys sat there and wrote a story about it. I just said, keep it simple. All I want you to write in the story is the history and the recon that we did to it and what made it unique. right? So if the vehicle has unique features, if the vehicle has unique accessories that were traded in, if the vehicle has unique recon that we filled it on, right? That's all I want you to write. So it was a local Plony unit in the shop. We completed brakes and tires, okay, and the customer also traded in with remote starter. Just keep it simple like that, right? So as soon as we did that with Walter, the stories they were simpler, but they were better. Okay. Same thing with the headings, right? The old website was better for this. The new website cuts it off, but I still think it's important. If a customer's on Google and they search something, and they say search like car or something like that, and they say like Honda, reliable car or something like that, right? Your car will populate, just showing on our website. It will pop up as a link depending on what you have in your heading. So the more that you put in your heading, the better chance the customer's gonna see it by popping up on Google. Okay? But like make the headings fun, right? Make it stand out to all the other vehicles, right? I think sometimes you guys see my headings, like I've sent some on the chat sometimes, just like be a joke and stuff like that. Like I think the one time we had a Camaro in stock, right? And I'm like, ponies are for little girls, right? Like, you know, the customer probably laughed at that, right? So, I mean, I made it fun, I made it stand out, right? They were looking at our Camaro and, you know, keep it fun, keep it light, okay? Keep on going. Second part of the analysis would be pricing. So are you in the market or out of the market? Okay, I don't think that we need to be the cheapest, but we definitely need to still be on the first page, guys, right? So if there's somebody priced at $24.9, we can't be at $26.9. It's not gonna move, guys. We need to be like $25.9, it's probably still gonna get looked at, right? Do we need to be the cheapest at $24.9? Maybe not, right? Especially if it's a Hyundai vehicle and we're a Hyundai store or a Kia store, and blah, 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 there's some benefits, right? Yeah.
When you do that, Jordy, how far of a range do you look at?
I go
distance?
provincial. I go provincial. If I can't find good data from provincial, I'll go 1,000 kilometers, and I'll usually find something in like Calgary, Edmonton, or something like that. So, but
I think on this one, just from my own point of view, is this one almost becomes, I think, one of the most important. The other ones aren't, but you not knowing you're in the market, that's your first fail as a used car manager. Like, you need to know where you are at in the market almost at all times. So like, it's great you're doing it for a week, but like if someone lowers the price and you're out of the market by $2,000, then your car's just sitting there dead because it's never going to get a lead. It's never going to. So it's one of those things, and so you know when I look sometimes, and you know Jordan made a point of doing it. Got to do it because JK and it'll be a month of Maple Ridge that never got done, or Victoria or Kelowna Hyundai, and I don't see them coming through. It's my big thing is that I feel you're not in the market. You don't know if you're in the market. I'm more concerned about just not knowing if your cars are dirty, not knowing if the pictures are bad, and not knowing if you're priced right. And I think this one should really, hopefully. You gotta know, guys. You gotta know. That's the big thing for me.
V Auto will actually send you an update if the same vehicle and the same trim package, any of your competitors change price.
Right, but probably none of us have that set up to get it ordered. Maybe Kevin does, but I don't know. Do you? Okay. So that's a big thing, guys.
We don't have the auto.
Clearly, it's been tried price.
Okay. Well, maybe that's something we gotta look at.
yeah, I mean, you'll know if you're in the market. Guys. If you have 100 vehicles in stock, you're selling 50. If you have 80, you're selling 40. If you have 60, you're selling 35. Like it cut the inventory in half. That's really, really what you should be doing for the highest end used car operations, right? So, I mean, if you think your pricing sharp and you're only selling 30% of your inventory, it's not sharp. Because you would be selling it. Okay, after pricing, you want to go display.
I have to ask one question. Do you also double check like whenever I'm pricing a vehicle, I always do 1 year off? What would you recommend to the team?
I would do the same year, but if I can't find anything, then I would do a 3-year range. So usually you can find something in the province, but for example, like on trucks and stuff like that, sometimes there's not a lot out there. So then I would go to like, I would do one older and one newer, and then I can get a really good gauge on what that is. Or like a luxury piece or something like that.
Okay.
You probably have to do that. But normally you can use you can find something that's pretty close kilometer wise, right? So yeah, this next one, display, used car showroom, the lot, and customers finding the car. So there's lots that go into the display. The first one would be the lot. Does the lot look good? The customer came down, would they be able to find the vehicle that they found online? Sometimes they don't wanna talk to you, right? When they come in on Sundays, because every person in Kelowna knows that the stores are closed on Sundays, probably the same in Victoria, right? They're coming down here, guys, they're trying to find their car. Can they find it? Or is it like, has tons of snow on it, it's in the back with like a bunch of other service cars and they can't find it and they don't know where it is? Right, or can they actually find it? So people are gonna come on and they are gonna look at the car, right? So display, it has to be good. I challenge the guys that live in the Okanagan, drive through Kelowna Kia at any time. It is mint. It is like boom, 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 fucking looks money. Customers can walk around, customers can look at it. Every single car has a hanger at all times. It looks really good. I drive through Kelowna Hyundai, no offense. I don't really know what your guys' system is. You have some cars that are used in the front, you have some over there. They always have snow on them, right? It's inconsistent. Some of them have hangers, some of them don't, right? So I think display is a big one. Okay, they look good, detailed, recon within reason. Once again, we know that detail is really behind, so I don't think we'll ever get to the point where every single one of our cars is detailed, right? But you know, does the outside at least look decent, right? I always say recon within reason. I'm one of those people that less recon is better for me because I think that we can use it as a selling feature. But if it has a smashed windshield or something like that, it's obviously something you want to fix, right? But the person that comes in and does a little paint touch-ups, I can leave it alone. Don't even do it. It's irrelevant, right? Major body damage, do it, but don't spend money on like weird random shit, guys. It's just a waste of money, right? A customer is still going to end up buying that car, even if it has a little scratch, because all they're going to say is like, well, what about the scratch? And then you can be like, well, price is reflective of the condition of the vehicle, but what if I do something about that, right? Because you might have a customer that comes in and doesn't say anything about it. So, okay. Use clear board. This is just the best practice. Some stores are better than other stores, but I know for a fact that customers do come in, they do read it. I don't know how many deals we've necessarily got off it, but I would say of the customers that come into our dealership, at least 50% of them look at that clearance board.